Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode we're going to be studying a piece by the established AI generative artist known as Stephen Young. This episode we're going to be talking about energetic texture, we're going to talk about the tree of life, and we're also going to talk about the profound power of AI generative art. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, your first impression you get, we see this single tree in kind of a shrouded forest, right? The first impression of the viewer is likely one of awe due to the incredible amount of light and a bit of magic in the composition. So whenever you see this, of course, we see placement in center, you're not going to miss it. We have this kind of darker background, so of course that is the perfect backing to allow this light on dark accent of our main subject to pop out to the highest degree possible. So that's really important, you're not going to miss it. In the realm of color, we see an analogous color scheme. So we have blue, and then we have green, a bit of turquoise about how that mixes there, really interesting. So those, of course, are right next to each other on the color wheel. So those are going to blend in bountiful order. We absolutely love to see that here. Quite harmonious, right? And so in the realm of texture, you'll see texture in many different ways. From the sky, of course, that kind of cosmic sky, we see texture even on the branches of our trees individually, all the way down to the ground as well. That grass gives us a sense of texture. All in all, those are all really working together to convey that texture, right? Some are a lot more kind of cosmic and light, some are a bit more rough, and then some are a bit more kind of delicate. So quite a diversity of texture as well. You'll also notice, of course, that texture mixes with the intense degrees of light to invigorate the spatial composition with this kind of vivid sense of energy, right? I think that's also important here. And with that in mind, there's really no doubt that light is one of the most definitive elements of the work at hand. You'll notice there is this kind of backlight that almost frames our main subject here, kind of glows past that silhouette, and of course that always is going to catch the eye. This light is incredibly important, right? It feels magic in a few ways as well. When we talk about the divine or the metaphysical, this is kind of what we mean, right? We look at something, it seems, larger than life. We look up at the sky, that incredible light. These are all working together to create this kind of ethereal visual experience. I think that's incredibly interesting here. And with this in mind, it's almost as if we've reached this kind of divine destination of the highest order. Especially if this is kind of a shrouded forest, right? Let's say you're moving through the forest. It's nothing but dark. But way down there, you see this little bit of light, and as you get closer and closer, it just grows and grows before you, of course, reveal on the scene before us here. Just imagine what that'd be like. And so, the natural realm is divine in so many different ways, right? It is the source of life, and then as the source of life, it is then the source of consciousness as well. There's so many different things you could point to in the world of Mother Nature. And within the natural realm, one of the most common symbols we see is known as the tree of life. The tree of life is a really ancient symbol across so many different cultures. A lot of people believe it originated in China. We really see this everywhere from Asia to Europe, Australia, Africa, so many different places we see the tree of life come up. And so the tree of life can be thought of in a few different ways, but at its most literal, it is trying to connect the heavens and kind of the ground, or the physical and the metaphysical above. So whenever we're looking at a work like this, we can kind of draw a bit here, right? So we look at something like this, that's our common ground, that's what we stand on as mortals. Then we look up at the sky, it feels, larger than life, metaphysical or divine in a way. So as the tree moves towards the sky, it's kind of moving towards the divine. And trees are also the home to many birds, right? And birds are also placed on a pedestal as symbols because they kind of fly in the sky. And so if they're flying in the sky, then they are part of that kind of divine realm as well. So the tree in so many different ways is used to represent that divine. And the tree of life is also used, and similarly to the axis mundi, if y'all know what that means. Most commonly, I see it in kind of the stupa in India. So that's really kind of the center of the universe, or the idea that you're standing on the center of everything, the axis mundi of the cosmos. So the tree of life is also seen that as well, right? It's a single point, a single trunk in the ground, be the center of absolutely everything. So, it has its roots in the ground all the way up to the sky as well. And it really combines both of those here. And so what's interesting is the artist actually takes the mechanical and the biological and then combines it here. So there's this sense of unity. There's this, of course, it's a juxtaposition, two contrasting ideals, but they kind of intertwined and they find harmony together within the work before us here. I think that's incredibly interesting. The ability to combine two traditionally contrasted symbols, kind of like a yin and yang type of aspect. There's a lot of power in that, and I think that's incredibly profound as well. I have two different things I'm going to talk about real quick. The first is actually going to be the prompt that was created for this work. So this was created in Midjourney. So Midjourney, AI generative program, probably one of the most accessible and one of the most powerful, especially next to DALL-E 2. If y'all want to get into the AI generative art world, certainly check out Midjourney. I would definitely suggest it. So here we have the original prompt. This was entered in Midjourney to create the work before us here. So biomechanical cyber tree in the dark bioluminescent forest. So we love that biomechanical cyber tree. We certainly see that here. And then the surroundings, a dark, bioluminescent forest. So we certainly see that as well. A bit of bioluminescence, kind of like fireflies or maybe some stars there as well. Definitely stars around here, but when you look around here, it's likely some fireflies, that kind of bioluminescence. So we absolutely love to see that here, and really nice insights on the prompt there. Now I'm going to take a quick look at the tree of life, talk a little bit more about that, kind of break down the symbol with a bit of reference here real quick. All right, so here we are. So I have a kind of reference of the tree of life on the left here, and then of course we have the piece we're studying today. So this is a biomechanical tree of life on the right. And we go to the left here, this is kind of an illustration of a tree as well. So what you see here, if you think of this, of course, you see the snakes around the roots. The snake is also a very old symbol. This is kind of common ground, right? And as you go higher towards the golden light, you can see the metaphysical, or the snake, the Ouroboros, that constantly eats itself as well. Absolutely interesting. So you'll see, of course, the root is the connection of two different realms, even multiple realms as well, all the way down from what we would consider the underworld to our mortal kind of day-to-day life, all the way up to the metaphysical or the kind of highest divine, right? So we absolutely love to see that. This is certainly what we were talking about, the tree of life. It connects the kind of underground to the middle, all the way to the high as well. Absolutely love those insights there. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed today. We talked about so many different things, from the symbolism of the tree of life to the axis mundi to the kind of energy of texture to the intense light to the divine destination, the natural world, AI generative art. So many different things we hit on today. I truly hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, go check out the artist. It's going to be Stephen Young doing some really good stuff in the AI generative world. So I truly hope y'all enjoyed. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.